All right, guys, welcome back to Chalk Up. So we've got another session for you. We're focused on lower body. Today's warm-up is a 12-minute EMOM, every minute on the minute. 3 rounds of 4 movements. Movement number 1 is your high knees. So you'll start 15 seconds of high knees, driving up those knees as high as you can and keeping those runner's arms going, opposite arm, opposite leg. Then you'll transition into your heel kicks. So 15 seconds of heel kicks, driving your heels up towards your bottom, trying to keep that torso upright. From there, you'll transition into your star jumps. Another 15 seconds worth of star jumps, keeping the elbows nice and straight and extending those arms all the way overhead, opening up those shoulders. From there, you're going to move into your second minute, which will be burpees. 10 burpees on the first round, 12 burpees on the second round, and 15 burpees on the third round, increasing the speed as you go. We want chest all the way to the ground, hips up nice and high as you kick your feet back in, and arms up behind the head when you get that extension at the top. From there, on your third minute, we're going to move into the kettlebell clean complex. So you're going to start with deadlifts. So deadlifts are first, keeping the chest up, hips nice and low. So 3 reps on the first round. Then you'll go into your squat clean, making sure you release the handle at the top and catching onto the ball. From there, you're going to move into your strict press. So legs are nice and locked out, hips are straight, and you're pressing that kettlebell up and overhead. From there, you'll move into your lunges. So it'll be 3 lunges on each side. So 3 reps of each on the first round, 4 on the second, and 5 reps of each on that third round. Then the kettlebell will go down. You'll move into your hollow to arch. So your hollow position, you'll lay down onto your back. Scaled position is going to be knees tucked, shoulders up, and hands off the ground. Feet nice and close to the ground. That'll be your scaling position. If that's a little bit too challenging, you can tuck those knees in closer to the body and those feet in as well. For the RX movement, we're going to go full extension, either in the legs, then you can go the arms as well. And from here, you're going to hold that for 25 seconds. Then you transition into 25 seconds of an arch hold. So you'll roll over onto your belly, arms extended, legs extended, feet and heels together, making sure you try to drive those thighs off the ground as well. So you should be engaging your upper back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. That will complete your warm-up. Once you get to this stage, you'll start again from the first round into the second round with your high knees. Okay, now that we've completed the warm-up, we're onto your strength component. So for today's session, we're working on a single leg goblet squat, which is essentially a weighted pistol. So what we're looking at here, a pistol without weight. If you watch Ezra here, is on a single leg, one arm out in front, one leg, sorry, out in front, both arms out in front, and doing a full squat to the bottom. So that's how it looks like on each side. What we're looking for is 10 on one side, 10 on the other. So with a goblet squat, what we're doing is we're adding some weight. So the weight not only provides a load for a bit more resistance, but it also assists with balance. So it can be used as a scaling option. So a lot of the time someone does a pistol, they're going to fall onto their bottom. With the weight, if you watch Ezra here do her pistol, the weight can be pushed forward to allow for more body weight, or more weight, sorry, to be displaced forward and allowing you to maintain that balance without you falling onto your bottom. Okay, so that's the way it would look there. If getting to that range of motion in the bottom, there's not enough control there, what I'll get you to do to scale that is going to be use a chair or something low enough that you can squat down to. You're going to do it with one leg, and I just want you to touch and then come back up. Okay, so the idea is not to try to sit down onto the chair or onto a bench or whatever you have available, but it's to just make contact on that. So you're moving slow, trying to control the range on the way down before you come back up. Now, once you progress from there, you can add some weight to it, so you can start to feel that displacement of your center of mass moving forward as you go down into your pistol. So again, this is another scaling option to allow you to stand up a little bit easier without feeling like you're falling backwards. Okay, so I want you guys to work through with the weight, with this scaling here, if you've never done it before, and then work down to a lower and lower step or assistance until you can do it without it. Okay, so moving on from your strength component, we're going to go into your conditioning. 7-minute AMRAP, as many rounds and reps as possible in 7 minutes. We've got 2 movements. So first we start off with double dumbbell thrusters. You can power clean or you can squat clean to get these up into position and go straight up from a squat into the press. So it always starts with a squat. You can see the dumbbell makes contact on the shoulder, and then the squat begins, and trying to use the power from the hips to drive those dumbbells up overhead. So on your first round, you only do 2 reps, then you move to your kettlebell. This is a Russian swing. So for your Russian swing, we want to stop at about eye level. So you're still going to pull it into the hips and get power through those hips, trying to pull at eye level. So for this, we're going to get a little bit faster cycle time, and it's more just maintaining tension on the body rather than having a relaxed position overhead. So you're going to aim for 15 swings. Then you're going to go back to your dumbbells, and you have 4 thrusters. So the dumbbells will go up as 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. with 15 swings in between each round. 7 minutes, as many rounds and reps as possible. Okay, so now that we've completed your conditioning, we're moving on to your auxiliary movement. So we have 100 calf raises. They're going to be elevated, and you can add weight or have no weight. If you haven't done this before, I recommend you do without any weight, especially for the volume. So you can see Ezra here. You can use a plate. You can use the edge of, it could be like the entrance to your balcony or something, anything that you can stand on as an elevation. So what we're looking for is trying to keep basically just the balls of your feet onto the plate or the elevation that you're using. You're going to go high as possible with that contraction, getting your heels super high. Okay, we want ballerina position on this. Okay, you can see the knees locked out, the hips are straight. Now from here, she's going to go down and trying to get a stretch at the bottom and then back up again. So what we're looking for is not so much load on this. Okay, so as I mentioned, don't have to add weight. We want the volume, so you can move through a little bit faster, go down and then straight back up. So we want a bit more power, so don't have too much of a pause at the top. You go through, down and then up again. I want you guys to kind of think and maintain the tension or the tempo, of what we do with your 100 banded good mornings and all that kind of stuff when it's that kind of a finisher of the session. So focus on the speed. The slower you go, the more it's going to hurt. We're just looking at volume for this exercise here.